welcome to yet another interesting episode of Wine Talks with Maxi. Our guest today wears many hats. She's an educator who has shaped minds. She's an entertainer who understands culture. And she's an entrepreneur who creates opportunity. And she's also the senior special assistant to our Edo State Governor, helping to shape the future of tourism and the creative economy. She has created so many projects, which has in turn been seen as a valuable asset to the Edo people, and some of which are the Room 22 agency, an agency focused on events and talent management, and the Lifewire project, an NGO focused on gender justice, health, and education. So today we're talking about creativity, leadership, tourism, culture, and of course, wine. So join me in welcoming the Senior Special Assistant to Edo State Governor for Tourism and the Creative Economy, right?
Yes, you're right.
Dr. Munirat Antoinette Lecky. Thank you so much, ma'am, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
So now people know about the titles, yeah? I want them to know about you, right? So please tell our audience about yourself.
How does one answer such a question? I am a Jersey girl and an ouchie babe. I think those are actually the best ways to describe who I am. Yes, I was born and raised in America, in New Jersey to be precise, but I was raised by very strong Nigerian parents. You know, when I finally now moved to Nigeria, I didn't really have too much of a yes, there was some change, issues or like things were strange to me, but not so strange because my parents basically raised us like we were living in Nigeria, even though we were living in America. Yeah. So I think I have like the best of both worlds. Yes, I'm very American, but I think when it's time to be Nigerian, I know how to be Nigerian. I think the only thing still now, even though I've been here over 10 years, I'm still I'm very meticulous in my work. And I realize Nigerians were getting there, but we haven't reached there yet. So I'm still very time conscious. When you say you're going to do something. I like people who are extremely reliable and accountable. So those are the nuances. So I think I'm like two people in one to make one. Yeah, basically.
That's beautiful. So which of the role came first? Is it the educator, the entrepreneur, or the public servant?
Which of them came first? Nah. Well, no. In this context, is the entertainer, but that's not the real role that came first. Okay. So my actual background is in sports administration. My first and third degree are in sports administration and sports management. So I was working in the sports industry before all of this, primarily sports marketing and operations, planning of sporting events and promoting of sporting products. So that's what I know. That's what I went to school for. So my second degree, I also have an MBA. So there was always the business aspect. We knew that at some point we would dibble and dabble into some kind of business format. Yeah. So let's now say when I now came to Nigeria, I was still working in sports, but like I said, there's always a difference between the Nigerian and the American side. Sports in Nigeria wasn't ready for Anto. So I said I have to figure out what to do with myself. I either branch out on my own, not work for someone and just like push my own thing, or I go back to where I came from. So one day I just happened to see that Big Brother was doing auditions. I said, isn't all this thing that that's eating noodles? Wow. I can go there. I did all the
so you were
audition
an
process.
Ex-BB.
Yes. I was season 3, 2018.
Anto and Chloe.
Wow.
Yes, I went there, and that was the launch of my public entertainment career. After Big Brother, I was now opportune to have a variety of experiences. Started acting, started modeling, event host, influencing, brand ambassadorship, that whole what have you. So let's say for this context, the entertainer started first. So through entertainment, I was now able to push some of my personal dreams. Yeah. And I had always, most people saw me in the house. I was always making my own natural hair, talking about products, teaching people how to take care of their hair. Yeah. That's now what led to me launching my hair care line. Yeah. So let's say that's the beginning of the entrepreneurial aspect. So because I was always passionate about social causes, education, things, I have plenty of degrees. Yeah. I'm encouraging people to do all those what have you. I started to meet people along the lines that now allowed me to become a board member and a director at a university. So let's say that's the official way I became an educator, but I was always educating anyway, even with the content that I created. It was primarily on social causes, pushing about mental health, women's health, women's rights, good governance. I was always educating. So yeah, everything kind of happened back to back to back or in line with themselves. Yeah.
Amazing. So was there a defining moment that made you realize you wanted to impart people?
I can't say there was a defining moment. I don't know. I get this question often. I don't think not a defining moment per se, but I would say the Big Brother experience, right? Yeah. So most people don't know that we're watching it as an entertainment show, but Big Brother itself comes from a concept, a historical concept that came out around during all those German Holocaust era. Yeah. It's actually an experiment. It is an experiment. The goal of it is to break you down to your rawest form, to see you at your worst or your best. Yeah. So that's what the show does, and it does the same thing to the audience. You two, as audience members, don't realize they're also being affected by watching that show. If you're watching something for 24 hours a day, you two are as mad as the people in the house. It is what it is. So I think that experience just kind of it made me see life almost as like a leveler. Before that experience, there's some type of people that I would not associate myself with. Exactly. It just is life, You typically associate yourself with people that live in your neighborhood, people that have the same interests as you, people who went to your same school, your same religious institutions. But that place now packed me with people who are younger than my siblings, right? So the show now made me become friends with people that I probably would not have been friends with if I saw them out on the main road. Yeah. So it just kind of made me realize that humans were really not as different from each other as we think we are. Exactly. And there's ways that you can learn how to navigate and deal with people as best as you can. Yes, of course, there will always be differences. Sometimes we will raise shoulders, sometimes we won't. But it just made me realize that people just often need opportunities and experiences and exposure to just get to the next level. No one is really, all of us were in that house together, right? So we were all the same. Nothing, all those are experiences, no meaning anything there. No so yeah, it just made me realize that people just need opportunity often, right? Yeah. Life is really, it shouldn't be as difficult as we kind of make it. Exactly. So it just made me realize, let me use the experiences that I've gained and try to impact the next person.
So why is education still one of the most powerful tools for change?
If you don't get sense, you don't get sense. And lack of sense would affect everyone else, right? Exactly. So that's it. So generally, when we say educator, we mean like the formal structure of education, go to school. But we're in a world now that maybe going to university is not everyone's dream or everyone's need anymore, but you still need to know how to do something to move along, right? There's no way without it. So if we don't have basic understanding and then some kind of skill, you will not make money. We all need money. There's no need to lie. We need money. We need it. So you must have a skill. Like begging is not the way. You may get some, but it's not going to take you to the next level, obviously. So you need some kind of skill through education to get at least the basic amenities of the world. So there's nothing without education. It's paramount. Of course, I'm still proponent for university. Of course, I think that kind of exposes you in ways beyond belief. But anyway, people need some kind of skill that can make them useful to society and to themselves.
What concerns you most about today's generation?
Today's generation. So when you say today's generation, do you mean life today or the generation of youth that are going to become, right? Generation of youth, right?
Tourism.
Okay, sure. So I'll say, I'll be honest and say generally, if it's even young people, old people, just today's society, we are not patriotic. And I get it. Nigeria has not been the kindest to many citizens. Exactly. I get it. Even though I'm a public servant, it is what it is. It has not been the kindest to most people. We're still Nigerian. This is what we have. This is who we are. This is what we're going to be. No matter what other passport you carry, you are still Nigerian. And even if you're fortunate enough to be one of the 1%, because there's only 1% of Nigerians that get to travel out, you will be Nigerian there. Even me, right? I was born there. I was born in America. I'm American. My parents even intentionally made sure we used our English names to go through school, to try and make life a little bit easier. They will know that you're Nigerian, or they will know that you're not one of them.
It's in the blood.
So when we go around all day and we complain and we talk negatively about the country, it's not helping us. It's actually not helping matters. Yes, we must hold our leaders and ourselves accountable. We don't hold ourselves accountable. We're always blaming somebody. We're looking for who to blame all the time. We are doing the debt ourselves, right? So we're not patriotic enough. We're not even protecting our own home base. We're allowing people and things to affect us even more. And that's why we're not growing the way we should. Yes, complain, but also proffer solutions, right? I saw something recently. People were, chastising Wike online. Wike said, "You two, tell us something now. Tell us how to fix something." And people were like, "I see not the government," but it's the truth. People do not know how to attend to your needs if you don't tell them your needs and tell them what you want. I can be sitting here and think, "Oh, the best thing to do for Edo State is A," but it may be B, right? So we too need to do our part. Just last week, the Edo State Waste Management Board launched an academy to teach people the importance of proper waste management. Every day we complain, we don't get road, we don't get drainage, this, that. Who is putting the dirt on the road? Is it an alien?
No.
It's not. It's human beings. It's us. We are doing it. So we too have to own our country. It is our country. We must own it. We must take ownership and be patriotic. Not saying allow things to be, but sometimes day for your house and be like, me too, I mess up sometimes. So I follow one way. I'm not doing the right thing here. And then we too need to be realistic with ourselves. So I think that's my biggest issue. People are complaining too much without proffering solutions and always looking for an excuse, looking for a way out rather than trying to fix what is within. If each person fixed their home, that means everyone has fixed their home and we have fixed our nation. That's just how I feel every single day.
So if you could teach every young Nigerian one lesson today, what would it be?
You're always going to be a Nigerian. That is it. No passports, no marriage, no new country, no different style of dressing, different style of wearing your hair. None of that matters. You will always be a Nigerian. And I think people need to own that. I think people feel like they have options. Options no day, my brother and my sister. No day. It's not there. It doesn't exist. You will always be a Nigerian. And if you want people to see Nigerians in a certain light, it starts with you. It starts how they see you, how they meet you. I'll give you a funny example. A funny situation happened very recently. I went to Sierra Leone. And Sierra Leone is, for some reason, I just thought Sierra Leone was one majestical place. I don't know. Sierra Leone looks like Nigeria. Like, is almost, I don't feel like I went to another place. Like, it felt very similar. But the difference is that Nigeria, to me, or whatever, is still far ahead. We still have more, high rises, more newer buildings. Just, Nigeria, we like to flex now. So we have some more things. So I posted on my Instagram page my experience from my trip. And I was like, Nigeria is ahead of Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone only has like six fine buildings. And then people they took offense, right? They took offense and then they started to say that, maybe they only have 6 fine buildings, but at least they have peace in their country. You people that you're afraid to leave your houses every day. That's what they said. And I just had to clear them like, me, Munirat, I'm not afraid to leave my house. So, yes, we might have some insecurity issues, but that one, they reach my side. Not that we don't have things that we're facing, but for me as an individual, I don't really feel those things. But we as Nigerians, we're the problem. We're the ones that will go online and be shouting this and that and that and this. Not that we don't have insecurity issues, right? But we never even talk about the good things. Every day is someone's being kidnapped. Yes, people get kidnapped, but people get kidnapped in America. But you don't know.
You don't know,
right? Because that's not the story they're choosing to amplify. America has serial killers. Like, people just are bored and they go out and start killing people for no reason. At least in Nigeria, we know where our own started. Half of the story is poverty. The other half of the story is politics. At least we know what is doing us. We know. Those people, they're everything day, and they're still killing people, shooting people. They're still in gangs. They still sell drugs. They do all the nonsense that we do here, but there's the so-called better country. Right? But we're the ones choosing to always amplify all these, our roads are dirty. Have you been to New York City? Have you been to Jersey City? Yes, you see the bright lights, right? But just past the corner,
gutters,
you will see nonsense. You see rubbish. But they won't take pictures of those things because they know that is a negative image of their country. But we, every day now, this, that, this. Nonsense. Yes, it exists, but it's how we choose to tell our stories that matter.
Yeah. Every country has a bad side.
Exactly. Facts.
Deeply involved in entertainment. Yeah. Please tell us, is creativity enough, or do creatives need business skills too?
again, I mentioned earlier, we all need money.
Yeah.
You can have talents, but if you don't know how to package yourself, you'll be broke.
Yeah.
You must have business skills, some form of, you must know how to market yourself. You must know how to put yourself out there. So the creative economy now is vast. Before, creativity was maybe just artwork and music, or maybe the
Yeah.
basics.
Yeah.
But of course, now we have film, we have fashion, we have software, baking, and all those things are also now in the creative economy. And there's so many people doing those skills. What now sets you apart from the
Apart.
next
Yeah.
person? One is how you market yourself. One is the talent. You do have to be good, actually. Yes, some people can make money from not being the best, but those that make money from not being the best know how to market themselves.
Yeah.
They're in your face. They're pushing it. They're doing creative, crazy things just to get your attention.
Yeah.
So yes, you must have business skills. You must know how to put yourself out there. So of course, there are different levels of business skills or knowing how to run yourself as a brand. The basic is knowing first how to talk about your craft.
Yeah. Craft. Yeah.
A lot of people have skills, but if you put them in front of people, they won't know how to explain their craft. That is where most people are failing. That is where people need to learn. That one is first. Then of course the medium in which you sell your craft. Luckily, social media is generally free-ish, unless you choose to pay for upgrades and all those kind of things. I don't think people make enough good use of social media. Most people are wasting their time, not wasting their time, enjoying comedy, but those people are making money
Yeah. They're
as they're
making
watching.
money. Yeah.
You are wasting your data, right? So I don't think people are making enough good use of social media, using all the social media platforms and engaging, talking well, learning how to make good content. Every content is king now on every level.
Yeah.
People need to work a little bit harder to push their products out there. And I think most important, as a creative or as a human being, we also need to learn contentment. Sometimes we see that our fellow people are blowing, like it's all looking great, and we now feel discouraged. There's levels to life. Everyone cannot be
at the same
at
level.
the same level at the top, or the Tony Lumelu or Dangote. Even them within themselves, they too, they have them.
Levels,
they have levels now. So I think sometimes we get so bogged down with trying to be the best that we leave what we know how to do and start doing nonsense.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just start doing rubbish in life. So I think that we need to focus on earning money, earn enough money to live a decent life. Now, if you get enough to ball and flex, wonderful, right? But focus on the normal parts first. All those other things can come later. But some people are just shooting for the stars, just looking for too much, and it's getting people into trouble. Just do good, be talented, make money, be all right. Just be all right.
So, what opportunities exist in the creative economy that people don't see?
I think some of the options that people don't see is almost anything can be considered creativity, right? We're sitting on a chair right now. Somebody made this chair. They designed it first. They didn't just go there and start doing it.
Yeah.
They first designed it. With everything here is some kind of creative work. We don't often see those works as creative. We just see them as items, furniture, or whatever. Anything that you put together is a creation. Even engineers, they're creating products, for creating designs, creating structures, infrastructure for us to look at. So almost anything can be considered a creative work. Every single person on earth is a creative because there's something that we're doing that we can do it different or better than the next person. For example, all of our mothers that cook, if we gave them extra pots, they could be caterers.
Yeah.
They're just not, but they could be a caterer, and that is a line of business, right? All of everyone that knows how to make hair, we're creative. If you know how to weave a cornrow this way and that way, you're creative. You're doing it different than the next person's style. So almost anything is a creative work. It's just how, if you choose to now earn money from it, you've now joined the creative economy.
So now let's talk tourism. Why should people pay attention to tourism, especially in Edo State?
There is no other industry around the world that is booming other than tourism. Yes, of course, you have the oil and gas, you have the construction, all those ones but the ones that actually employ people and change narratives of nations is tourism. For example, if you're on social media this past week, you've probably been seeing the name Monaco. I mean, that is because there's F1 going on there, or something or other. Most of the people that are in Monaco right now do not know what is F1. They don't know anything about it. They will not see any of the vehicles that are driving around.
Yeah.
But they want to be there. They want to be in the midst. They want to be in the Monaco. They too want to post a picture, location Monaco. They too want to have white boats in the background as they're taking the picture. That is tourism. People are leaving their homes to go and take picture. That's what they're going to go and do. They're not the ones driving the motor. They're not. They don't know anything that's happening.
Yeah.
Some people, they're spending thousands of dollars to have a front row seat for cars to drive past them. They won't even be able to see what is happening. But they're spending thousands of dollars to be in the space. That is tourism. Someone convinced people that they need to be in Monaco. And they went there. That alone. Think about all the restaurants in Monaco right now that are sold out because people need to eat.
Yeah.
Taxi drivers, or so many people are being employed this weekend alone because of the influx of human beings that are there. That same thing can happen in Edo State or everywhere. Think about Lagos. We hear all the time. Just a few weeks ago, it was Ojudoba. Everybody went to Ogun State. People that are Yoruba, they know Yoruba, they're not Ijebu. They troop there because they want to be in the know. We all know Dirty December. People will leave their homes, go to Lagos to be in hot concerts, to be jumping as if you can't jump at home. It's because people want to be there. People want to be in the mix. That is tourism. But we don't think it's tourism. We think it's parties or whatever. But that is tourism. Point A to point B is tourism. That is what it is. The ecosystem around is where people make money. All the waiters, the ushers, the men that organize the lights, the video people, the girls on the microphone, everyone is part of the tourism ecosystem. Think about how many jobs, countless of jobs are created when a tourism industry works. You have your tour guides, you have your bus drivers, you have the cleaners, you have the waiters, you have the people that work at whatever the site is that you're going to. There's so many businesses, so many types of employment happen when tourism industry is booming. So there's nothing else. Like, that is an industry that needs to be focused on. So people often think that tourism only exists when a lot of people go to a place at one point. No. Anyone that's coming into your state or to your venue is a tourist. Every single person that's leaving from point A to point B, even this me now, I just came on a tour now. I went from GRA to Ugbo. I'm still saw things I've never been here before. I'm a tourist. I was looking around like, okay, what's in this community? What's here? What's happening here? That is a tour. A tour doesn't have to be entering an airplane. Just experiencing a new domain is a tour. So anyone along the way has been empowered. That's what they call it, direct and indirect jobs, right? Anyone along the way is empowered when we ensure that our tourism industry is working.
So when people think tourism, they often think vacations, traveling, and all that. But tourism is also business, culture, and history. So please tell us, what excites you most about the future of tourism and the creative economy?
I'll say, especially in Edo State, we have such a rich culture. When we get it right, we will get it right. We have such a rich culture. We are one place. I remind people all the time, if you think about the Queen India mask, right? That is probably the most seen African symbol in the world. Everyone has seen it. But they don't know who it is, or what it is, or where it came from, or what it represents. When we tell that story, that means the entire world knows about Edo State.
Wow.
Think about that. Is that image alone, Queen India mask alone, when people know what that mask represents, everyone that has seen that mask, when they know what it represents, that's literally Edo to the world.
Yeah, that's right.
That's it. Like, there's not much. We don't have to do much. The stories are out there. We've all watched what do they call them? Wakanda. They already gave us Expo there. If you see more things, there's already Edo elements everywhere. Everyone is using the Queen India mask. People that are not even from Edo, so Yoruba people use it all the time.
I think I like what this guy is doing. Teddy the Explorer. I like what he's doing. I think he's one of the creators that I've actually seen that is bringing out Edo.
Exactly. So you have people like Teddy. You have people like Greatest Edos. We have people that are pushing our Edwin. Untold Truths. People are pushing our content out there. We just have to keep doing more and doing in a concerted way so people actually get the information. Fortunately with social media, sometimes we look at things and it looks cool and then we forget. We move on to the next video. We just have to keep doing more follow-ups, keep pushing things. People want to know. Those people that stole from us before, they still want to steal from us. Now we must charge them. That's the difference. That's the
Yeah, we
difference. So we
must
must
charge them.
collect. We must collect.
We must charge them. All right. So on this show we believe experiences matters. Yeah. So what role do you think spaces like wine talks play in promoting culture and conversations when it comes to tourism?
Sure, everyone has something to say.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to talk. Everybody wants to be heard. Human beings love to talk. Everybody wants to be heard. Everyone has something to offer. So I think conversations like this, where people are open and free and able to really talk about what's going on in life, the negatives and the positives, it gives people an opportunity to hear people's point of view, see the ones they relate with, hate the ones they hate.
Yeah.
But just gives people an opportunity to hear constructive conversations. Oftentimes we're just faffing around, just talking, nothing of of concrete information. So things like this allow people to push positive or negative, whatever, but allows people to push, strong information that people can take home and think of, things to
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
think of things to do with themselves. Yeah.
So if you were hosting events or hosting guests in Edo State, what local experience would you pair with a glass of wine?
Sure. With a glass of wine. That's a good one. Okay, a few things I want to do. So I think we don't do enough outdoor activity in Edo
In
State.
Edo State, yeah.
It is always somebody's club or somebody's sit
indoor,
out or something, just sitting around doing whatever. I think we need to do more like outdoor adventurous activities. So I would love to organize like picnics. Like we have, recently at the end of last year, we reopened the EMR Park. There's grass. We have actual places you can do picnics. There's also, I think it's called Ontario Park or something like that.
Ontario
Yes,
Park,
Ontario Park. We have places where we can have picnics. Just sit out, put a blanket, carry your small chops, and drink your wine. Just be within nature and just enjoy life within yourself. So yeah, I would probably do picnics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So we're going to go into a rapid round.
Okay.
Right. Just ask you get to choose between just two words. So the first one is education or experience.
Education.
Education. Culture or commerce.
Culture or
Commerce.
culture.
Books or travel.
Travel.
Leadership or influence.
Leadership.
Wine tasting or cultural festival.
Cultural festivals. Even though I I don't drink alcoholic wine anymore, but I used to, and I did have a great experience at a wine.
Sorry. Do you mind sharing why you stopped drinking alcohol?
Yes, I'll be very honest. A couple of reasons. So I'm Muslim, and we're not supposed to drink, right? But I used to drink, whatever. So during Ramadan we always fast. You leave all your vices behind.
Yeah.
So one Ramadan, for some reason I just kind of didn't start going back to drinking, right? And then there was a time where I was on some medicine as well.
Yeah.
You can't drink alcohol with medicine. So a lot of things just started happening back to back to back. So I'll tell one of the core reasons that most people, I only tell them, on an intimate level, but I'm here to say it here. I'm in politics and I'm a woman and I'm around men a lot. I want to be clear headed. It is what it is. There's no point in lying about it.
Yeah.
I want to know what's happening around me.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to be all right. So yeah, I try not to. I like to date. Let me just be seeing what's happening around.
That's a very perfect.
Yes,
reason.
It is what it is. I beg.
Oh God. Okay. Legacy or success?
Legacy.
All right. Wow. This has been a very beautiful moment. Yeah, and we are wrapping up. Yeah. So I want to say thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, this means so much to me. I appreciate you. With this, we'll draw the curtain, and we hope to see you next time on Wine Talks with Maxi. Thank you so much.
I think we should cheers, have you?
Yeah, cheers. Thank you. Education shapes mind, creativity shapes culture, leadership shapes the future, right? It's not really about what we achieve for ourselves, but what we inspire in others. To our guests, thank you so much for sharing your experiences with us. And to everyone watching, this has been Wine Talks with Maxi. Keep learning, keep creating, and keep experiencing. And as always, keep your wine chilled and your conversations meaningful. Right? Cheers.